What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new episode from Backyard Boys. If you guys are new to this channel, go ahead, lightly tap the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to show your support by smashing that like button and commenting down below. I do read all the comments and they help me very much. If you guys are following along with this GTR build right here, you guys know exactly what is going on, and we're not going to talk much into this intro because we have a lot of work. We got all these pieces here and there's a lot more there, and anyways, a lot more pieces that are going to reconstruct this structural part of the quarter panel. Right here I have a copper plate for areas like that where there's a hole, where there's a hole. What I'm going to do is put the copper plate under it, weld in those holes, grind them down flat. That way when I put the panel that goes on top, I have something to weld to instead of just trying to hit the corner of every single hole. We do have more panels down here, and then we have to cut this one here and repair this section here. I don't know how far we're gonna get in on repairing this quarter panel, but stay tuned with the video because we're just gonna get straight to work. We're gonna pull that welder out, get that thing set up, start welding. Let's do it. We're gonna continue working, but since we have some damage right here we have some more damage, and since it is really hard to pull it out because there's a piece inside here, a reinforcement piece, which is on this donor one. You guys can see it right there. It is on bolts. So what I'm actually gonna go ahead and do is unbolt that one, cut it just a little bit past it, and then I'm gonna bolt this one on, draw that final line, and do a final cut. But I'm first gonna straighten out this line. So I'm gonna straighten out this line, make it as clean as I can get it, put this piece on, make a nice line here, cut it, put it on, weld it on. Let's get right into it. A lot of work. As you guys saw there, I went ahead and filled the holes that I drilled out. That way I have something to weld onto now. When I put this piece on, I can weld through these holes onto some base. Very nice technique. Use a copper plate, because copper, you can't really weld to copper. So use a copper plate, you know, just put it up under there, puddle a little weld there, works great. This part here is buckled in a little bit, just a tiny bit. You guys can see by this. There's another reinforcement piece inside there, and it kind of buckles right on there. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this back out just a little bit. I got one of these. Put it in here. Should be a pretty easy pull, really easy pull. I'm gonna guide it with my hand and go ahead and pump it. Perfect, exactly how you need it. Actually though. So we got all the welds on this piece right here. Not all of them, but all the ones that this upper piece covers. So I want to go ahead and assemble everything and then, you know, make sure everything fits, everything is lined up nice and neat. We got the weld through primer on here, weld through primer on here, that way nothing's gonna rust and everything will be great. So now this piece installs, it's really heavy. installs right here, like so. And now we're looking more like a car. So by the welds, I meant the welds under this piece. So all the welds that are inside there, we are all done with them. Now we got to go ahead and level this piece out, make sure it's nice and neat, tack weld it in, and then what I'm going to do is actually weld this piece in on top, you know, make sure that piece fits nice and neat, and then we're going to do the massive overhaul of welding. So I'm going to put a time lapse on because we have like 60 plug holes to weld up. It's just going to be ridiculous. I hope we have enough argon and I hope we have enough wire to get it done, but let's get it. To get this done, we're gonna go ahead and put the quarter panel on. I think by the end of this episode, we're gonna have this quarter panel on. Maybe not welded on, but maybe welded on. I'm not too sure yet. Depends how I'm feeling. Let's get it. Very nice, ladies and gentlemen. We got all the structural pieces in. Yes, some of the welds are ugly. It is very hard to weld pieces like this, for example, where it's a lot thinner than this one here. So it just kind of burns through that one, makes holes, and it's kind of ugly, but I made it work as much as I can. and it's gonna get covered up. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna belt file it down to make it look as good as we can. Right now, okay, that guy literally drives by every single day. Right now, what we're gonna do is go ahead and knock these down here. Knock these down by the window as well, because that is actually where the quarter skin lays down. So we gotta knock those down, and then I was thinking about welding, you know, through all three metals, or all three. So it'd be this one, and then this structural piece and the actual quarter skin. But I figured this is gonna be more professional if we do this and then knock it down and then weld the thin quarter panel onto this thicker one. So it's gonna be nice and clean. I went ahead and welded this seam up. Very nice. Very satisfied with this. Should be very clean, very easy to mud. Down here, I need to weld more, so I need to weld this all under here, but I'm gonna do that later. I am a little bit tired of welding right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock down all of this stuff, and we're gonna start measuring that quarter panel up onto here, trying to see how this is supposed to be shaped out. I'm gonna finish welding this as well, make sure that's all watertight, and just about it. Very happy that we got all the structural stuff in. It's making me feel really good, really good. It's looking like back to how it should, because this was pretty scary when we got it all torn off. Right now, looks good. Whew, we are tired. We've been working all day. We got all the structural stuff done. It's looking good, guys. This quarter panel, it's a used quarter panel, and it was just ridiculously hard to pull off the car. The stubborn GTR Nissan glue that's under here just ruined this whole arc, and it's gonna set me up for like another hour and a half of work, which is annoying, but it's whatever. Everything's fitting. Look at this. This is gonna go up nice and tight here. Right here, it's gonna be welded on. Oh man, I am so excited. Things are looking good over here. We're pretty close to finishing up this quarter panel, not the GTR. We have a lot of work up front. We have a door outside. Let's go ahead and grab it, test fit it onto the car, see what that shows us, and go on from there. Let me give you guys a quick reminder of what the heck just went on. All this metal, all damaged, is now officially replaced, including that piece right over there, which was super annoying, and I am very happy. We got the door on the vehicle, but the door doesn't fit that well. Fat gap over here, kind of dies down to a little smaller gap. Quarter panel needs to be pushed back. It's very tight here. So that's gonna be the next episode. I'm just plain exhausted. I'm gonna go ahead, shower up, get some rest. And I want to quickly explain one thing before wrapping up this episode. To those of you guys saying, hey, why can't you just pull this damage out and slap the new quarter panel on top? And I will quickly explain why you can't. So here is a piece of the quarter piece that we replaced. So as a matter of fact, let me show you guys. Right there where we welded, right there, that's that cut. So
tenderloin
cut. Tenderloin steak. So this right here from the outside could be technically pulled out. You can pull this out, but when you start pulling this out, you have this piece inside here that won't pull out. What will happen, if you're lucky, is it'll pull out just a little bit if it's lightly damaged. But if it's damaged like this, when you go to pull out this skin, it will actually rip off from this piece that, what is this, structural integrity of the...
Yeah, it reinforces it.
Reinforces the skin. We can call this skin in this case. But you see it's damaged, so when you go ahead and pull the skin, it's gonna rip it off from the spot welds, and then you have this basically flimsy skin, which is not safe. Not OEM spec, not OEM strength. Well, at least as close as we can get it. What we did is much more professional than just pulling this out. The welds and all that stuff is gonna hold up way longer, way better. Yeah, that's kind of my explanation, if you guys understand. I hope that made sense. I'm pretty sure that made sense. I mean, at least a little bit. But anyways, I appreciate all you guys' support. Thank you guys so much for watching the channel. And if you guys want to support the channel, please do drop a like. Please cop yourself some merch. One piece of merch goes a long way and it helps us create better content for you guys. And with all that being said, you guys have a good rest of your day. I'm out. Catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to follow my Instagram, BYBTim.